Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go because things are flying. Bitcoin is going crazy and actually just hit to the T our target from the last 2 weeks at 41,400. So that is really good. So smash up the like button for that one, but we are going to go over everything that is going to happen, about to happen. I called the stream warning. This will happen to altcoins, and we're going to talk about the scenarios that will happen for altcoins. So stay tuned, and we're going to talk about everything right after the intro. Good morning, wrong screen, but we are almost there. Good morning, good morning, good morning, every one of you. I hope you're doing fine. If you check out my Twitter, I just woke up to an absolutely beautiful sunrise in a very snowy winter landscape. So that is, that was really beautiful. I will show it to you in a second here as well on the stream. And let's see who is here. Kim Murillo is here, says Omi rocket. Unfortunately, Omi is not rocketing, at least not to what I saw. Wes says Omi as well. Bohemian Hill. So what's the big news? Do we go all in? No, it's just Bitcoin going into the next week. But it has been breaking out on the weekend to its technical target and hit it to the T. But let's first appreciate how that sunrise looked like. Look at that. Wow. That was crazy. Zach is here. Good morning, PH. Good morning, everyone. Guys, make sure to smash up the like button if you like the daily content here on Crypto Morning Coffee. If you like the portfolio stream that is going to happen weekly for the altcoins. Philippe is here. Good morning. Blaze bringing the fire. Good morning. Green Lantern is here. Good morning. So rare hodlers are in the house. Awesome. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. You see here portfolio stream. We have Crypto Morning Coffees. We have videos. So a lot of stuff coming out almost every day. So that is not how it was before. And let's start with looking at Bitcoin here. Big A is here as well. Good morning. So Bitcoin, as I said before, everyone who is subscribed and has followed this channel knows that since around here when it really had 3 touches and unfolded, since the 21st of November, we're talking about Bitcoin breaking to the upside. Breaking to the upside, so to say, we would have this as a target, and look where we are. We just hit it, I think, up to a couple of dollars. It's at 41,469, so we overshot it a little bit. So high five if you thought that this is going to happen as well. Midas is here. Midas touch green Omis is here. Good morning, Midas. What is going on? So 7 weeks on green for BTC, 100%, and we need to talk about that because eventually, we have seen a consolidation pump. Here we had consolidation pump, but what we didn't see, if we go into the weekly, and we just get rid of lines for a second, what we did not see for in a while is a pullback, and at the same time our RSI is over 80 now. So that is a zone where we also were before the big cycle run. So let's see here, for example, here when we came out of our bear market here, we also had this the RSI at 80. Now we are a little bit over it. We had it 2 times. We had some kind of a mini bear market afterwards. So you see here we came out of the out of the bear, consolidated, pumped, pullback, pump, and then we had a big pullback. And I'm not saying that this has to happen, yeah, because that was all in all 72% pullback. I'm not saying that this is happening because that really needs a dire big black swan. But what did happen anyways without the C crisis was this. So we had a 50% pullback just from here to here, right? And as you can see here, there was major price compression happening as well. And then from there we just bounced hard into our halving. So that was obviously, this happened way before the halving. I think the halving was somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere here was the halving. So this happened 300 days, almost a year before the halving. Now we're way closer to the halving. So the pullback could be way more shallow if it even comes, right? But I think every time that the RSI goes into this overbought territory, something like that can happen. And for me, the most likely scenario this pullback happens is at this key resistance here, somewhere here. Latestly, yeah, is where we have our breakout target from the cup and handle since almost ever. Yeah, we are almost there. We're almost there. So, and what I expect is that if we go, for example, let's say we hit our target 46,000 and then we get a 25% pullback. Yeah, that would be retesting this little resistance here. Yeah, we could get a 30 to something pullback and we would perfectly retest our 31k mark. It could be 33%. Would not be out of the cards, right? Now the thing is that someone at Bohemian Hill asked before, so what's the big news? Do we go all in? In my opinion, my personal opinion, we never go 100% all in. We always have a little bit of cash so that we can buy the dip, right? I mean, obviously you could say, hey, if you're Bitcoin all in since exactly the bottom, then you're up 168, but then you cannot buy any altcoins, right? If you are allocating your last dry powder and we get that pullback from here, then you cannot buy Bitcoin at 20% discount and altcoins probably at 40%, right? So what's going to happen at some point, which I said warning, is, in my opinion, at some point, nothing goes up forever in a straight line, although it feels like it. But what is going to happen, in my opinion, is that that, for example, we go a little bit more up, everyone is like, yo, super cycle, I don't know what talk, and then we could retest, yeah, something like this, or even more deep, yeah, into these zones. Here, I think at 31,000 is absolute the lowest point that I would see Bitcoin correct to. But if that happens, and even from here, if we do not go further than this breakout target, that would be a 25% pullback. So, and that would make most of the altcoins correct 30, 40, 50%, in my opinion. And it would call all the bears back one more time, which could conclude a major disbelief rally, right? Or not exactly deep like that, but look at this move and then correct and then go. I think this could be happening, something like that, maybe a little bit more shallow. Yeah, Omi needs to be on other exchanges before the full moon. Green Lantern says, if BTC is running, what about Ordi? Yeah, we can look at what is happening at the moment. So on the day, we are seeing, oh, that's the top 300. 1 second. Yeah, Ordi is here. So we see Bitcoin is running, Ordi is running with it, 31%. Luna Classic, 54%. FTT, 11%. PP, 20%. So for me, that means we're still in shitcoin season. I have to say, I can't say it any other way. I'm sorry if you like Pepe and FTT and Luna Classic, but for me that means it's just people are being degenerate at the moment. Yeah, um, there is no good reason why a dead coin like Luna is running. I mean, theoretically, what could happen is that someone is just making something out of this dead project. But hey, Betabot, what's going on? Crazy Dan says Ordi is up 534% this month. Yeah, Ordi is up 584% actually, at least according to this data. So is USTC Terra stablecoin is actually up as much, so very unstable still. Yeah, so, and there were people that were buying this when it was basically laying on the floor, betting on that it will come back at some point, and now this bet is playing out. So that is crazy. Tau, you see here, right? BitTensor is on a tear. Rune even 120%, but Tau 300%, FTT 300%, Luna Classic 300%, and I said, I mean, you would make a killing if or you would have made like 200% when this rally started. And I said, I have to admit that I said I would not touch FTT, but I would still not touch FTT because I don't know what is going on, and I don't want to have someone play around with my money, right? So that I mean, on Chainlink, for example, it's a 44% on the month. I know what I have, right? On an Algorand, I know what I have. Unfortunately, on an Omi, I know what I have as well. So yeah, that is basically it. But let's look at a little bit what is happening. So first of all, actually there is another ETF that entered the race. So a 13th entrant has appeared, and that is Pando Asset, that has an unexpected late entrance into the spot Bitcoin ETF race in the United States. On November the 29th, actually already, Pando submitted a Form S1 and used to register securities with agency to the US Securities Exchange Commission for the Pando Asset Spot Bitcoin Trust. So now it's 13. The more it gets, and the more likely the closer that a potential approval comes, the heavier it gets. So the only thing that makes me refrain from maybe saying 100% we're getting this pullback right now is if we keep rallying until the potential halving, and that is not until the potential, but potential approval, right? Which is now, today's the 4th of December. We could be seeing that approval in 10th until the 10th of January. So we really only have less than 40 days left for a pullback. Or once we get the approval, we get the pullback. But I really cannot see that. I think if we get the approval, we have the clarity where this space is going and how many trillions are going in, and from there we are flying. So if we're not pulling back in the next 40 days, which I think there's a good chance to happen, so that we come up and crash until the next crash is a very bad word, but I mean, you know what I mean, like correct. I think then we're flying more after potential approval. But be prepared, and this is my message from the stream, right? Be prepared for anything to happen. So there are so many uncertainties from market makers just playing the market and dumping it a little bit, taking profits, to even be prepared for the ETF getting rejected. Yeah, imagine what happens if the ETF gets rejected. I think it will look like this. Yeah. Now there's also new concerns coming from, I don't know, whatever health disease that they have in China right now. So also keep that in mind, that this could cause something. keep in mind that also if the Fed is lowering rates, there needs to be something melting down in the economy to cut rates. The Fed is not going to cut the rates until it reaches 2% inflation, if there's not something melting in the economy, something crucial. So if that happens, that could get a scare, right? Until the rate cutting comes in. So the broader market could crash and you go like this. Guys, we have 20 people in here enjoying the morning coffees with us, and beautiful mornings. I don't know. I think I closed that already, right? But beautiful morning sunrises. So that is good. Let's look at a little bit more. So here we have the BOFA global research calls 2024 the year of the landing. Okay. Meaning that this will be when all big central banks are going to print money again, and that is the question is how this landing will be. So it says here, lower inflation around the globe should allow central banks to cut rates, while U.S. equities may reach a record level of 5,000 on S&P by year's end. So new all-time high would that be, and that would officially put a stop to the bubble burst theories of many of the bears out there. So even if so this would be the ideal scenario, right? It puts in an all-time high and then it corrects, not before. So here we see a global shift in rate cuts. Claudio Irigoyen, head of global economics, expect inflation to gradually move lower across the globe, allowing many central banks to cut rates in the second half of 2024 and avoid a global recession. Head of US economics Michael Gapin expects the Fed rate cut in June and the central bank to cut 25 basis points per quarter in 2024. So entire basis point entire 100 basis points total. So that expectation is coming from Bank of America, and I think it could be one more reason on the table why things are pumping. Because I mean, if you think that we are on the verge of liquidity cycle coming back, you want to buy these riskier assets right now, right? I was looking at the 7th count weekly in Matic. I was worried that it will dump, but also worried that it will turn one to the downside, although it went up, but which it happened before. I don't really know what you're saying about Matic. Maybe you can explain a little bit more. Turns out it went up and it reset into one to the downside. I don't know what you mean by one to the downside. Do you mean percent or one candle or? So here, this is also interesting. Binance saw a 4% drop in the market share after the settlement with the US Department of Justice, allowing Bybit to increase its market share by 50% and Coinbase by 34%. So every one of the hyenas in the space is winning, basically. Here we see it. So basically you see here Binance has lost out on a lot of market share. Bybit gained huge. OKX lost a lot, which we have to keep in mind because Ecomi is on OKX. So OKX that has a lot of outflows. Others losing as well. Other US exchanges losing big time because Binance is the example for the other US exchanges, except Coinbase, which is getting a lot, right? So that and also other on the TD sequential. Okay, Matic is not doing so well compared to the other coins at the moment. Also because of that security worries, right? That is happening. But Binance Binance is, yeah, you know.
Binance.
You know, it's Binance, right? Actually, it's Binance. But Binance is not doing so well at the moment. There is a turnaround coming, which we know. But really, we need, going back to the bears, right? So the bears there are some bears. There's some bear narrative, right? Adam says, "Hey Adam, what's going on? I didn't see you yet in the chat." Binance mofos, yeah, absolutely. it's Binance, right, guys? Never call it Binance. It's Binance now. Since they cut the arms and legs off of Binance in the US, it's actually only Binance. It's now Yellen's Binance. So here we see one of them. Like these FAT are super interesting to FAT comments, not right. It's like Bitcoin bear comments. All of the Bitcoin narratives sold by Wall Street: inflation hedge, corporate adoption, money of the future, digital gold, NGU, they're all dead. Good riddance. The sooner this casino game collapses, the sooner something useful will rise away from the world of money. And that has been posted, I think, on the, I don't know exactly. Let me see if I can see the screenshot here. No. We don't know exactly when it was, but it seems like Bitcoin was down quite a bit. Binance. And then here, this is my favorite one of them all, because it shows how if you want to take a negative stance, you're seeing this. And I want to make a really good example over the month. For example, this is 2017 that he's making it. Let's get something straight on Bitcoin clown show. Lives get destroyed with drawdowns. This is from only 2 days ago, right? Lives get destroyed with drawdowns. 2017 to 18, minus 83%. 19 to 2020, 71%. 2021, 54%. And 2021 to 2022, I think he means minus 77%. Few human beings can withstand that kind of volatility. So congratulations to 22 human beings in this chat that are so hard that they withstood this kind of volatility, and even the one in altcoins, which is way worse. So when then clowns throw around the long performance BS, ignore. Oh really, right? It's super funny, because how did in turn of these years, how did you do if you just saved your money in the dollar, right? Betabot, got to eat now. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, and have a nice meal, Betabot. See you around. So let's actually pull up the calculator and just take $1,000 on a 2% inflation since 2000. Okay, so 2017 to 2019, 2018. Sorry, 2019. So now then in 2020, let's do one more let's be good and say only it's 2%, and then let's do a 21 we do a 3% inflation, and then 22 we do a 10% inflation, and then 23 we do a 6% inflation. Okay, so now we're in the end of 23. And we did really good with the inflation. So that's what's left of your $1,000 after that. That's a nice 25% pullback without any underlying asset to ever recover, right? So that's a 25% pullback. In turn, on this guy's calculation, since 2017. Even if you had bought the peak, 2017, that's actually, if you would be mad, you would go to the beginning of 2017 Where is it? Here, somewhere here, yeah. Okay, so let's go from here because we also calculated the inflation of years. You would be up 1,316%. Only to where we are right now, not factoring in that there would be a second. And if you had bought the absolute nasty top, you would be up 117% if you had bought that top and not bought any other Bitcoin along the time and held through 2 cycles. So you'd be still up 117%. You'd still have doubled your money. So you would be at only holding the dollar, you would be at the purchase power. You would still have the $1,000, but your purchasing power from then to there is minus 25%. And here you would be at what is that? You would be 100. So you'd be like 2,200 something dollars or so, and minus inflation, right? But your purchasing power would be way higher, right? If you just had Bitcoin right now and would sell it. So really that narrative is just the real clown show. The real clown show is this narrative, right? Of, oh, people have, I think people that get into Bitcoin, they know that there are these heavy drawdowns. And I mean, no one's shocked when things going a couple of 100% up. So I think we need to be always prepared for a pullback. Even one pullback here, about 30%, would be a shocker because people are sitting in really nice portfolios at the moment. They get comfortable with what they see as a number. And if you have a 30% pullback on a $10,000 portfolio right now, that is shocking, right? Hey, Energy, what's going on? I mean, everyone who holds Ecomi or has Ecomi knows exactly what it is. Because most people are still down bad, so that's they are not shocked with Bitcoin anymore. What is that? Okay, I got some thing here. Okay. Good. I hope I'm still here because that was weird. Got some warning window here and just told me something. Anyways, yeah, let's quickly look at an altcoin, and that is Vechain, right? So Vechain, although there could be a big pullback, but we are still looking at this altcoin. Vechain has just broken out here. Yeah, you see this. This horizontal line is the previous basically overhead resistance for an entire market before we went into the parabolic move, and it has just broken above this, and it has just started to move, and it has broken out of this falling trend at the same time. So I think that's really solid. And it just has flipped on the 1 month MACD to green. So we've been talking about Vechain quite a bit. I think Vechain is a good project. It will not yield the same returns if you are aping into a very low cap coin because it's too big for that. But I think it can play a solid 25x or so, maybe 30x from here. Yeah, about that. So that is super funny. I have a tree full of snow right there, and it's full of little birds. It's like at least 30 little birds are sitting on these snowy, icy tree branches. Super cool. What about XRP? Yeah, good question. I don't have much XRP, but we can quickly look at it. XRP USD, and then I want to show you something else as well. So here we go. So XRP is still in this mega. If this were to play out, it would be really heavy. So XRP is still in this mega formation. Still, we saw 2 pumps, but it's still squeezing, and there's not much room. And funny thing is that actually it's probably, if you extend these lines, it's going to run out of room somewhere in June, July, when the money printer goes back on. So yeah, I think it, I mean, just to joke on this, right? If you would draw this more like this, and you would go like this, and you would say that this is going to happen, I mean, this breakout would be so massive, so huge. But what I really don't, I mean, there's a clear up. I mean, you have to draw it. The other chart was the logarithmic one. So you'd basically, yeah, you'd have to draw this like this, more or less, and then you would go like, let's get a little bit more conservative and take this and go on the breakout. So you'd look at $2.50. Yeah, based on that. But I mean, what I really don't like is that this is so much lower here, and now here. But I think at some point this price compression could be playing out, right? So that's XRP. So many people like XRP. I think it's too big from a market cap perspective and how the chart looks. But I mean, why not? It would probably run if we get the Bitcoin ETFs approved and so on, and then profits flow. I think it will break out. Sorry guys, excuse me. Yeah, so one other thing that I wanted to show to you, Ethereum, okay? And that is, so first of all, the other Ethereum. Ethereum also is trying to break out here. So we have talked about this breakout scenario in a couple of weeks ago, when we had this falling channel breaking out, and we have this mega price compression here against the US dollar, right? And it's breaking out right now. And we said the breakout target, I think here in the non-logarithmic should be, the breakout target would be this flagpole, right? Somewhat. So this is one target, and the conservative target to that is this here, right? Boop. So there we go, more or less. So this is crazy because we have talked about it. We knew it was coming, more or less. We were like, hey, maybe a little pullback. We got one super slow and shallow pullback here, and now we are already breaking out. What we could see is a retest on structure and go. This is the US value. But what I want to show you as well is this is against Bitcoin. Against Bitcoin, Ethereum actually gets wrecked at the moment still, right? So you see this here. I mean, you see here since September 2022, Bitcoin is outperforming, and you would be 37% down going into Ethereum versus Bitcoin, right? So, and this is the point where a lot of traders I see right now are starting to convert their Bitcoin. They knew this, right? They are all in Bitcoin. They convert their Bitcoin into Ethereum, and then when this goes back up, that's when Ethereum is really having a hard rally. Or if you want to see it vice versa, the moment that we are going to fly here, and Bitcoin is and Ethereum is making more multiples than Bitcoin, we're also going to fly here, right? But it shows how Bitcoin was the better one compared to Ethereum. This will change, and when this changes, the altcoins are going to fly as well. Justin says 45 ETH gas fees on a Sunday night is wild. 100%. Everyone buying altcoins on DEXs and so on. Network congestion. Whereas King says, love your work, mate. Thank you very much. I hope you guys find value here. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you can derive value from it, even though that we're basically saying, hey, it can go either up or down. Maybe our pullback was that little red candle. Maybe it was that. Because if Ethereum starts to fly, altcoins are also going to fly. This is the total 3. Every altcoin, all altcoins except Ethereum and Bitcoin. Stables are also in here. And we see here right now, yeah, it's getting into overbought territory, but there's still room to fly, and actually it's going higher right now. We broke out of this structure, and now you could argue that what we still have is this here. So there's still somewhat like this structure here, yeah. So actually altcoins, if you want to see it this way, are only in an accumulation zone, yeah. Altcoins really did not move yet, compared to, I'm deleting that because otherwise we get too much, but you saw it, right? So you see here, if we go to logarithmic, it becomes a little bit more clear. Altcoins are in this, or have been in this price compression also in the previous market, and this price compression led to, let me just see here, by the way, yeah, so this was, funny thing is, if you put this on breakout, this was the price where we had resistance, this was the price target more or less from this price compression. So you see here we had this retest, we also had a little bit of a retest here, and then we have another move and then a bigger pullback right here, but we don't have that much time like we did here. So this was in June of 20, and then here this was, I think the halving was around here or so. No, actually not. The halving was around here. Yeah, the crash and then the halving. Yes, the halving was here. Sorry about that. The halving was right here at the pullback. So there could be something similar, like on our breakout and pullback, right? So I think that this is going to have a crazy run at some point. So we could be going a little bit, pull back, and then we fly off after the halving in our first mega altcoin season. But we will see how it plays out. So this is based on past performance. This could be happening, right? Trucking Hank says lots of value here. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. So yeah, but still, I will have some dry powder, right? Only a little bit of dry powder for when things are pulling back. And if it doesn't pull back, it's no problem for me to have that dry powder for every eventuality. If this little bag of dry powder is not in the market, I'm okay with that, right? So, but if it allows me to buy a 30% dip, I'm really, really happy. Duck and Cover says, morning boss, took a risk and bought some Luna Classic after that first pump. Pretty stoked. I degened on that. Yeah, don't forget to take profits, right? But congratulations that you degened on that and that you made a solid percentage out of that. Because if it was on the first pump, then you are still up, I don't know, probably, what are you up, like 200% or so? Make sure to take profits on the way. But congratulations, I'm really happy for everyone that this made. And let me know, guys, if you made a killing on something. I saw right now that I'm up 638% on render. It was only a super small bag, but it still feels good to be up 600% on something already at this stage of the cycle. So I took out my initial investment, but the rest on render I will let it ride. And if it hits 1,000% or so, then I'll probably take out another 10% or so, and I will go with that, right? With that strategy. Yeah, so let's talk about Veve. and Ecomi. Oh yeah, by the way, Ecomi chart. I forgot the Ecomi chart. So let's look at the Ecomi. If there's something to look at, right? Lines out. This is Ecomi. It's one of the coins that has not really moved yet, because there's no news to move it. Coins that have news, they move. I really don't like to look at this chart. I really like to look more at the logarithmic one. It gives us the comparison of the multiples. So yeah, there's not much going on. I mean, I cannot really comment here on anything more than if this is a double bottom, I will be really happy. So here and here, right? Double bottoms. Other than that, Ecomi is really a sad story, and to be honest, the Ecomi channel hasn't tweeted in a while. 4 days, no tweet. And you should be, if you want to attract attention. So for example, if I research an altcoin, right, I always look if the Twitter channel does something. So for example, if I go and say, hey, I want to research Bumper, right? I'll also go to the Twitter channel and see if Bumper tweeted. And if Bumper tweeted only a couple of hours ago or within 1 day, then I'll be fine. But if I see a channel not really tweeting for a longer time, I don't like that, right? We have 40 people here, guys, so we need to see now 40 likes down below. Make sure to smash up the like button as hard as you can. But yeah, it's getting exciting. So what do I see? I see more price compressions here, and I see kind of, some. You cannot really define what I see, because we can read a lot in here. We're hoping that we find a nice stop to our mega ABC correction. I hope this is the end of that correction. It culminated, so to say, in a double bottom, hopefully, and that we are coiling or accumulating now. Probably whales will try to lock the price in this accumulation range again, probably until exactly here, January the 24th, because here that is crypto XR. So at crypto XR, we should have a breakout, right? So something like from here, we should have, let's put this in. That's where we should turn around from the accumulation zone latestly. Why? Because they should be announcing something bigger until the end of January. That's actually, that's actually a little bit more. Yeah, here we go. That's the 24th here. So we should really have something until then. Now, if it stays in that range, it's good for DCA, right? If you believe that Ecomi is coming back, which I do. And to be honest, for me to take profits, I needed only to go, only is good, right? I only needed to make a I only need a 187% move to be in profits, right? But nothing is easier than that if there is really news. I mean, we saw it here, 130% move. If we can get something like that out of this once again, and what we really want to see at least is that this continues, these rounding bottoms, that these continue, because that shows that there's something good happening, right? Yeah, imagine they announce Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, the Pokemon license would get people really excited, but it's still, I don't know if it would do much for the Omi price, because it would be on the Veve side, right? I mean, it would get announcement and a lot of users back to the app. Yeah, but what do you think of Drip? I actually don't know what that is. Is Drip an altcoin or so? I don't know. Let me see. Drip. Drip BUSD on PancakeSwap. That must be a super small coin if it's only on PancakeSwap. Let me see. Okay, it didn't even load. Thanks. Let me see if it loads now. That's still ETH BUSD drip Binance USD. There we go. What do I think? It's a coin that has launched 23rd. It's almost down to previous support, so it could see a bounce there. Other than that, I don't know the coin, so I cannot comment. And seems that a lot of people that were in the pre were taking constant profits. So yeah, I would just let this unfold for now. I mean, you have a sharp correction. You even have a lower low here. So this could initiate a falling channel. Something like this, right? And then rounding out. Maybe if it's a good project, I don't know. But this could be happening. Looking forward to meet you at CryptoXR. 100% duck and cover. I hope we meet. And you guys have to tell me your YouTube name, because I will not recognize you, because there's no face to that. You only will recognize me, unfortunately. But that's it. Unfortunately, nothing else. So let's talk about Veve, because for Ecomi there is not much to talk about. But here, look at this. So we had Veve advertising, right? And we can look at this advertisement together. Actually, is there a sound? I think there's no sound. Yeah, but so look at this. AR comics, Darth Vader, AR collectible, Jabba the Hutt. It's a trap. Yeah, so Star Wars collectible advertisement, collectors at heart at Veve, and then you can go on shop now, and I think it brings you directly to app.veve.me, and that is super interesting, because app.veve.me is actually a game changer. In case you have missed it, you can now go to your smartphone, which you couldn't before, and type in app.veve.me, which brings you to the web page, which is out of the Apple and Android App Store ecosystem, which allows you to load up gems and purchase collectibles directly without Veve losing the 30% fee and without Veve having to comply with all the App Store rules. So I think what is happening there is that they are gearing up for integration, for example, with Ecomi. And this is only speculation, but I think they're gearing up with that for an integration, for example, with Ecomi, Ecomi to NFT and NFT to Ecomi, because they can't do it once they're on the App Store. So technically, they'll have two accesses into the app, right? The app.veve.me on smartphone and the mobile app in itself. So I think they are taking out these harsh restrictions that Apple has out of the equation, and it also will be cheaper for most of you guys if you are going to app.veve.me instead of the app to load up gems. So make sure to load up gems only on this web. So you go to iOS Safari and you go to app.veve.me. You can sign in normally, and you will be able to purchase gems directly in there without having to pay the Apple fees. So in Germany, that makes a huge difference, right? That makes a difference on almost 25%. So really, yeah, it's better. It's better for me there. So that is happening. So nice spot here. And actually, if we go to Immutascan, we also see that, I don't know if it was that, but it had an effect on user growth, because in my opinion, the app the advertisement was launched here, and we had some more wallets coming in throughout the drops, and actually almost no sell-off. So only from the 27th of November until now, we have almost 250 new users. So that is good. Also, what we have since the launch of the app is a turnaround in the in the followers on Twitter. So Veve is now gaining again Twitter followers and it's not losing them. So that is good to hear, in my opinion. It's great that they are doing marketing now. The AR feature of the app is how I introduced Veve to my nephews. Yeah, 100%. I think it is really good that they use the AR functionalities and also that they present in one spot only one brand. So for example, you present like in the spot that we have just seen right now, you present Star Wars and you really appeal with this. You can target your ad specifically to Star Wars audience. So there's a lot of functionalities in online marketing to really have targeted advertisement, and you really see what works, what doesn't work, and you can tweak that this app appears to Star Wars, right? Energy says, I need a new coffee. Look at rain. Yeah, it's not the altcoin stream today, but we'll have a new portfolio stream during the end of this week. So we are going to buy more altcoin during the end of this week, no matter what happens. So yeah, Green Lantern. I will look at it, but not right now on stream. Because it would break the scope of the stream, unfortunately. I wanted to show you quickly what could be happening with AR in the future and what Veve also could be benefiting from. Let me just get myself into this corner. I think that's a little bit better. So here we go. There we go. I will mute the sound because I don't know if it's licensed. Look at that. That's the future of Minecraft, I guess, on virtual reality, right? That would be crazy. And you really only need like a layer and have the Minecraft normal allocation of ravines and everything and so on below the surface. That's all you need. And it still looks like if you were digging below surface, right? Oh my god. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah. So, look at that. That's really good. Hey, Omicron, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. So, yeah. I think AR functionality will develop really good. There will be a lot of markets for that. And if we can adopt more to have the collectibles more immersive, I think it will also show things. Unfortunately, the numbers of the last month, they do not really look that good yet. We will see. Adam says that's wild. Yeah, I agree. It's super wild. Okay, I need a coffee. Wait a second. Energy. What? So what do you think? What is the lowest we see this month on Omi? Sorry, I missed that question. What do you think is the lowest that we see? I think it's about that accumulation range, to be honest. Quick look back here. I think it's somewhere in this box, to be honest. I don't see, in my opinion, I don't see us going way lower than this, than 00056. In the worst case, back down another time to 5-1, but that's it. Yeah, so that would be my answer to this question. Sorry about that, I didn't see it. ViviFox has put out the monthly Veve market polls for November. We're already in December, crazy, I know, but it is what it is. The year is coming to an end, and we see here active wallets are down by 30%, 16,000 active wallets. We have new wallets, 412 according to these statistics. Actually, this is probably new registry of wallets, which is different from what we are looking at the Mutascan, which is wallets with at least one collectible. So that could be also a wallet that has been, has registered 1 year ago and bought the first collectible now, right? So these numbers can go differently. Then we have market activity, trades down by 30%, buyers down 30%, sellers down 35%, drops in 18, -7 total drops. Minters 10,000 down 40%, tokens issued down 20%, tokens minted down 40%, like the minters as well, and tokens issued minted ratio is 53%, down 30%. So, and you can subscribe to a monthly breakdown as a newsletter with the link in Vevefox's bio, so you can really go here, follow her. So you would receive those monthly numbers. So yeah, these numbers, I hope that the next month will look better. I mean, we will have Christmas drop. Special, I think they have announced that there will be 12 days of Christmas drops, I think. So that was announced by David, if I recall this right. By the way, we didn't really, let me see, let me open Veve page. So we didn't look at Veve. We had the Thanos copter yesterday, and I said on stream that I would be going for the Thanos copter, but then I thought it was like every other Marvel Mighty, 13 gems. I would have gone for it, but I saw it was 25 gems, so I didn't go for it because that was too expensive, and it was the right call. It's at 16 or 15 gems in the market. Yeah, that is a low effort collectible, but I think it's funny, so I'll probably grab it on secondary anyways. But I didn't go for the drop. Then we also have a Tarzan comic, which I really don't care about, but maybe there seems to be a collector base for Tarzan. We have a new 1/1 with Daredevil. And we got more stamps before that drop happened. It didn't sell out. And I think, right now, probably Veve is gearing up for the next big drops. I know that, or we know that there's something big coming on the 15th. So in 10 days, we should see the announcement for that soon. Really soon. Energy says, I went for the copter, didn't regret it. 1231, and your wife got 311 mint. So not bad. You can you have a sub 1000 mint in a really good numbers, so that is really good. And I'm excited to see what's happening. Let's look quickly at analytics on Stacker. So I did buy one comic, the X-Men 3. I did participate in the drop. So as you can see here, it's a mint. Yeah, if we look here on Stacker, it's a mint from 4 days ago. I got the number 308 of the Common Gang. So that happened. That's the only thing I bought. My vault is down 100, almost 100 gems from when we looked the last time, but that's normal fluctuation due to the secret rares that I see. And maybe we can look at the overall things that are going on here on Stacker. We see notable transactions. Someone, look at that. That's a bug, guys. I think that's a bug because that is all at the same time. That's a bug, I think, because it's Flare Kitten 43 is sold from the same wallet, as you can see here, to the same wallet at the same time, several times listed. So that's a bug. But we also see a 1717 reso transferred for at least. So I found out what that means on Stacker. So if this is the floor price, it always, on the transactions, it always shows the floor price at the time of transaction. So we see here Mr. Rolex bought MC1. Yeah, this is interesting to see. And Seawold, for example, here minted number 49 Jack. And the reso, we don't know who that is. But this is on Omicron says commons flip uncommons and maybe rares and go up in value. Yeah, probably. I wonder if we will see the the comic burning mechanism soon. Yeah. So remember, we have the Star Wars comic coming up. Energy says, yeah, this flare kitten bug, I reported it. It is on Veve's side. There went something wrong with the drop. Yeah, but this is now. This is from today. This is a transfer from today, right? So this is the same flare kitten number 43. I think this is a reading bug on Stacker. But I know what you mean with the bug. And then, yeah, maybe just quick look at the analytics. No, actually at the collections I wanted to look. Let's see what has pumped the most. Okay, the Tarzan drop. Probably because it's just from 0 to... So we see on the daily we have Incredible Hulk Rare. Just did a random 100% floor move. 80% on the 30-day. Let's see on the week. The Loki comic. This is is this the ultra rare? Yeah, that's the ultra rare. So the Loki comic, as you can see, the ultra rare just did a random 336%. And that is what is happening right now due to seller exhaustion and people not paying attention. If someone buys the last cheap edition and floor jumps back, I don't know, this went from 50 to 150. So, I mean, that's an ultra rare that is sitting beyond secret rare prices, right? Just because the owners, if we go on it, we can see there's one person that is buying them all. Yeah, 48 of them, and the rest is relatively equally distributed. But you can really look at Stacker, you can analyze these things. So I really like that I can look at that. So the Alien poster here also went up huge in price. Also here we could look what's happening. Yeah, Nukele US is the top holder with 11 Alien posters. And there are only 7 listings. So this is really why prices have wild swings. So, and there will be this seller exhaustion / attention gap where things will just skyrocket out of nothing, and then people will relist their stuff to take some profits. But there are some secret rares like Amazing Spider-Man 28. Let's see if I can find that. Can I go for number 28? I can't. I think it's not. Yeah, he can. Unfortunately, this doesn't work like that. They are all named Amazing Spider-Man, right? But let's go on comic secret rare. There you go. Maybe we see it here, and we go on quantity. Yeah, here we will find it. It's this one here. This one has these swings, right? And this one, I bought this for $100 and it went to 90, and then it went to 250, and then it went to 200, then it went back to 100 and something, and now it's back at 200, right? So these things happen, especially on the low scarcity ones. So these are the first ones to pump all of these on low scarcity, right? You see here also these are all sitting at 200 something. But if something with this low of scarcity drops, or this scarce drops, in the beginning you can get them for beyond for sub 100 gems, and then after a while they get distributed. So if we look at here, there is one top holder with 18 of those, but the rest is relatively well distributed. Yeah, so interesting stuff here on Stacker. Looking at Bump, Spores, and MCade. Yeah, Bump we did buy on the portfolio stream. Kelly Boudrio says, someone has been buying up Riri Williams floor lately for some reason. Riri Williams, let's see. Yeah, so that someone is probably this one, has 112 of them. Yeah, floor price is 1760. Who knows why? We don't know. There are only 12 listed. And price did go up, in fact, in the last 3 months quite a bit. So people have been buying for 10 and now it almost doubled. It hit 20 and now it's at 1760. Yeah, so interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Thank you, Kelly, for letting us know. Yeah, maybe a friend of Randy. Yeah, if it's on the Marvel Mighty side. But we're already here 1 hour and 5 minutes. So thank you all for joining this live stream today. We have 40 people still here. So smash up the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Tick the little bell to always get notified. Make sure that you check out the latest streams and videos if you are interested. We had portfolio discussion. It started a community portfolio. This will happen once per week. We did one of the first reaction streams ever to the Callum Upton video on the metaverse or on the Veveverse. We did FUD busting in the video, so there's a lot of content that you can check out in the meantime. And yeah, guys, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you tomorrow at Crypto Morning Coffee and or in one of the next videos that are coming up. Have a good one, everyone. Enjoy your coffees and the snowy winter landscape if you are here in Germany as well, or in Europe. Otherwise, I see you tomorrow at Crypto Morning